Okay, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I do a few reviews on Parkside tools, mainly on tools I've owned for a long time, so you know it's an honest review of rather than an unboxing, although I have done a few of those. These batteries here are the 20 volt 2 amp hour batteries. They're quite old, September and October 2018, so and they're still working fine, although recently this one here developed a fault. It didn't stop the power tool from working, but what would happen is you'd press this button here to check the charge status of the battery. You take your finger off and that red LED there would light up on its own. You do it again, take it off, and then it would light up. So check the manual for the battery, which I kept, and there's nothing in there to say what that meant. It would tell you which of the green, the amber and the red meant when you press the that little button, but nothing else. So, being a qualified electronics engineer, I thought I'd take it apart and find out what was going on. Okay, so I've removed the 4 Allen headed screws from the bottom of the case. You need a 2.5mm Allen key for that. I've left it actually in the case, the BMS and the actual battery module, because this is a stainless steel worktop, and all these connectors on the outside here are all uninsulated, so I don't want to cause a short circuit. And with that in mind, lithium ion batteries are very dangerous. They can explode, catch fire, so if you don't know what you're doing, don't ever take one of these apart. Give it to a professional or dispose of it. With this one, I didn't see any damage on the BMS PCB, which is this bit here. There was no kind of indication that there was a component failure or anything like that. You tend to get like a smell usually when one of the ICs or transistors has popped, but there's nothing. So I checked then the individual cell voltages to make sure there was no imbalance there. They were all 3.8 volts, so again that was fine. So the next thing I drew my attention to was the actual circuit board here, which has got the button and the 3 status LEDs on it, and something wasn't quite right with it. So what I did, I gave it to my son, who's got a very good camera on his phone, and he took a close-up picture of it. And what he noticed was there was a bit of rust on the switch contacts. So when you were pressing the button in for the status, it would show you what the actual charge status was, but then after the button was released, it would then, the rust was causing a slight short circuit with one of the other contacts and bring the red LED back on again. As luck would have it, he'd taken something apart that had the same switch on there, and he studied engineering and electronics at school, so I was quite happy for him to sort of desolder the 2 wires from here, replace the switch safely away from the BMS and the batteries, and then test it. And he did that by attaching it to his bench supply and just gradually increasing the voltage and making a note of which voltage the LEDs turn on it. So I'll put those on the screen now if you're interested in that kind of thing. But yeah, it worked. So it was just that bit of rust or corrosion inside the switch itself that was causing the problem. So let's put it back together again. Okay, I hope that was useful. If you do have a similar problem with one of your 20 volt Parkside batteries, don't ever take it apart if you don't know what you're doing. Take it to a professional or dispose of it responsibly. I'm quite happy with the repair that was done to this one. It only affected the actual charge status circuit board, not the BMS. If it had been the BMS, I would have disposed of it. But if I get another 6 months out of this, I'll be quite happy. So thanks for watching. Please take care. I'll see you again soon.